And welcome everyone to week 10. I am Dan Albano with the Orange County Register, OCVarsity, and that is Steve Fryer. And Fryer, man, you've got to be happy that we are in week 10 for an exciting week. The playoffs are almost here. The regular season has been thrilling. This is a good spot to be in.
Yeah, every week seems to get better. Last week had a great slew of games, and this week a great looking group of games as well.
It might be hard to top week 9 with an OC record by Trey Kukuk. The modern day Servite game filling the bowl in a 9-point differential that went into the fourth quarter. So many good games. But week 10 is, Orange County has a way of, continuing to impress us every week, and lots for us to talk to about. And Thursday kicks off week 10 with a fabulous game. It was one of the best games of the spring season as well. And this is one of the, hottest rivalries, the last few years in Orange County football. Orange taking on Santa Ana, and this game is for the Orange Coast League title in week 10. Hey, that's great scheduling. And this game's going to be at El Modena's Fred Kelly Stadium. Who do you like in this one, Fryer?
Yeah, Thursday game, they're really the best game on the Thursday schedule by a good amount. I'm going with Orange, Dan. Their offense has just been great. With Cisco at quarterback, Boykin, the rapid, fast guy over there. So I got to go with Orange in this one. Santa Ana, yeah, sure, they can win this game. They're a tough group of guys. Really good line play over there too, which is sort of a hallmark of Santa Ana football the last few years, right? But I got to go with Orange in this game. I don't know if the Saints of Santa Ana can match touchdowns with the Orange offense.
Yes, the Saints, of course, are the reigning champions from the spring season, where they upset, Orange, and it was a thrilling game at the Bowl, and that was a really good game. And I think Santa Ana, to win this game, they're going to have to definitely run the ball well with Costa, and they're going to have to keep the ball away from Orange, because I don't think they can go score for score with the Panthers either, because the Panthers, we know, have scored in the 60s this year. So I'm also picking Orange, though I think Santa Ana is going to play well. Santa Ana just has one loss. El Modena, they almost could have won that game, but I think Orange will have an advantage in this game because of the strength of schedule that they played. They put together such a stellar schedule this year, and that's why we've talked a lot about them on the Gridiron Show.
Sure.
So, but I think it's going to be a great game there. Hey, all kinds of league titles up for grabs. We mentioned Orange Coast League. How about the South Coast League? Another thrilling game. Mission Viejo, number 3 in Orange County, playing host to San Clemente, who's on the rise, very hot right now. I think they've won 4 or 5 in a row. So the Tritons are the defending South Coast League champions, have righted the ship after losing 42-0 to Edison. Who do you like in this one, Fryer?
Boy, San Clemente's offense sure has awoken recently, hasn't it?
Yes.
But 49 points in the 49-35 win over Tesoro last week. But again, this sort of reminds me of Santa Ana Orange in a way, in terms of the best offense on the field is Mission Viejo's offense, and with the quarterback Simonza and everything else they got going. Matthews catching everything. Defense is fine as well, but I got to go with the Diablos of Mission Viejo to win this game, and be somewhere in that Division I playoff situation too.
It's looking, unless the Division I playoff is a 4-team bracket, which was a rumor I heard a few weeks ago, that Division I would just be 4 teams, and I personally wouldn't have a big problem with that. It would certainly take away some playoff games from those Division I teams, cause them to, have much shorter playoffs. But there is a distinctive 4 teams: Modern Day, Servite, Bosco, and Centennial in my book. I don't know if Mission Viejo's in that stratosphere, but I'm picking the Diablos as well, but for mostly a different reason, is because of their defense, which I've been so impressed with this year. Only one returning starter. I'm not sure how the heck they did it, other than they have got a lot of good depth, good coaching down there, a lot of buy-in, and obviously the Diablos, this is the game they have been pointing to. They lost last year on a last-second field goal in San Clemente, and it was a devastating loss. They saw the Tritons run off the field and celebrate. And what did Mission Viejo did? They got right back into it and started training a few weeks later. And this is what they wanted. I think they're going to get that South Coast League title back. But San Clemente also has a very talented junior class. They're going to be even better next year as well. So San Clemente's not going anywhere in the South Coast League. Here's another one, big one. This one in the Crestview League, which has been very entertaining, as you know, Fryer. But Villa Park taking on Yorba at El Modena on Friday. This could have been maybe set up for the undisputed, league title in the Crestview League. But last week, Villa Park lost, got upset by Foothill. Now, Villa Park comes into this game. Nathan Cornely is coming off. He broke his arm in the game last week on the final offensive play for the Spartans against Foothill. So he says that Nathan, who's one of the toughest kids in Orange County football, he played that game with a sore shoulder. Then he broke his arm, somehow set the school record for completions in that game. He says he's going to try to play on Friday. I'm not sure how he's going to get cleared. He's trying to play, I should say, maybe that way.
Yeah.
But that is a tall order. And I don't know. I just think Yorba is going to win this game. What do you think about this game?
Yeah, I think so too. I'm picking Yorba in this game too, Dan. All around a really good football team. I've seen them play. They're really good. Ryan Beals, fine quarterback. Even if Cornely did play, I think I'd still go with Yorba in this game.
Yeah.
Again, Cornely, of course he wants to play and know a little bit about that guy. Yeah, he's gonna give it his all and maybe go to 20 doctors until he finds one that says, yeah, go ahead and play, kid. But I think that's gonna be a long shot, man. But I wouldn't be shocked to see him out in the field. I just kind of, whoa, hey boy. But I like Yorba Linda's just overall. They do everything very, very well on that team. And I think you and I both picked Villa Park to be Foothill last week, didn't we?
Yes, we did. We were wrong on that.
I've been wrong on Foothill all season long, and I'm sick of them. I'm sick of Foothill for making me look dumb, but which isn't hard to do. But no, I'm going the guys up the hill, Yorba Linda.
Yeah, Villa Park is the defending champions in the Crestview League as well. This would cap a 10-0 regular season for Yorba Linda. You know who else could be 10-0? They're not one of our games we're going to talk about, but there's one other county team that could get to 10-0 on Friday.
They play down in the city of Irvine. They're called the Vaqueros.
The Vaqueros. Who would have had those two teams in Orange County 10-0 this fall season? That's been awesome. So speaking of South County, here's another one that maybe lost a little luster, but I think it's still going to be a great game. Trabuco Hills at El Toro in the Seaview League. So Trabuco Hills, they got knocked off last week in the record-setting game by Trey Kukuk of Capo Valley. Congrats to that junior quarterback on setting the county record. What was that, 59-56?
Yeah.
But now they have to pick themselves up off the mat and then take on a surging El Toro team that has only one loss and is looking for the Seaview League title outright. Wow, that seems like a tall order for Trabuco Hills to do it, but they are a talented team. They were close. Maybe you forget how close that game was because you think about the record, Capo winning. Hey, they were in that game, but seems like a deflating type of situation for Trabuco. Who are you picking in this one?
Yeah, I'm going with El Toro in this game, and I've gotten back and forth on this. And Trabuco Hills has been one of the really cool success stories in county football this year. 56 points they put up, but Capo gives up a lot of points. El Toro doesn't give up points like that, I don't think, in this game. And El Toro's offense is really solid with Blake Miller running the show at QB. But I'm going to go with El Toro in this game. Okay.
And I am also picking the Chargers to win. And that's going to be an impressive league title if they get it. And Coach Reynoso has done a great job at El Toro in a short amount of time. Maybe he's one of the coaches. We had some chatter last week on my Twitter Spaces post-game show on Football Talk on Friday about candidates for OC Coach of the Year. And Michael Huntley mentioned Coach Reynoso, and I think that was that was a good
Nolan
one.
Too. Trabuco Hills coach Mark Nolan's got to be in there. Where Coach Richie's down at Irvine. Gosh. Yeah, there's just
Yes.
a ton of them. And Jaime Ortiz, if they win that game, you know, maybe I don't know if Ortiz has ever been our coach of the year, but he's always in the running.
Yes, Chad Johnson's done a great job at Mission with
Sure,
with
tons of good dudes.
and Rick Feldman at Cypress with losing their quarterback.
Yep,
Doug
lots
Case
of
is
good dudes out
obviously
there, man.
Coach Bailey at Yorba has done a great
Yeah.
job. A lot of good coaching out there.
Yeah,
And then our last game of the week here, Friar, this could be the game of the week. Back to the Trinity League Friday. Talk about tall orders. So Servite going to St. John Bosco. Servite
Yes.
coming off, it's going to be a short week. They played on Saturday. They pushed Mater Dei for 4 quarters in a grueling physical game. We know Servite has a lot of two-way players. Bosco, they've been rolling the last 3 weeks since they kind of fizzled in the second half against Mater Dei back in early October. Can Servite pick themselves off the mat after an emotional loss that maybe gave them some confidence, but it was grueling, and now take on a pretty deep Bosco team that's got a trio of running backs, 2 quarterbacks. Bosco's at home where they're usually very tough.
Yes.
Bosco, they have things to be motivated by. They didn't finish their drives in the second half against Mater Dei. Maybe there's some things that Servite can try to do to get a little bit more depth going, a little bit more support, and not have so much on the shoulders of Noah Fafita and Tetero McMillan. Can they get somebody else to help them out on offense?
Well, I wrote about that very thing this week. Kean Burnett, that guy's he has 24 catches over he's averaging what 3 catches a game, which is to me is not. He needs to get the ball a little bit more. Now, whether he's being double teamed, other teams are taking him out of the game, and so that's why they're throwing 15 catches for T-Mac. I don't know, but I think that's a guy that Servite has to get in there. They also have to stop the run against St. John Bosco. And Bosco runs the ball pretty well. You mentioned, Rayshawn Luke and all those other guys over there. They run it pretty well. But you saw both these games in person, Mater Dei Servite, Mater Dei Bosco. Who in your mind, Dan Albano, my OCVarsity teammate, who played better against Mater Dei of those 2 teams?
Servite did.
I'm picking Servite to win.
Okay.
I'm picking Servite for that reason.
All right. I'm also thinking that Servite's going to get it. I know they have a special senior class. They're looking to leave their mark. I think they got out of the bowl pretty healthy, but it's going to be a tall order. Bosco's very talented, and I think they're going to be motivated. And I think both of these teams, it's not the end all. I think Servite could leave their mark, in the playoffs. I think they're itching maybe to play Mater Dei again. Both these teams, I think, could be seated on the same side of the bracket. They could see each other again if they're. I think Mater Dei is going to be number 1. These guys are going to be 2 and 3. How, this game's going to be more for bragging rights, which are always big in the Trinity League. But I think they could be seeing each other. And also
again. Mental edge. Should they see each other down the road? This is a big game for establishing a mental edge. If, like you say, and you think this 8-team or whatever team bracket we're going to have, if these 2 guys are going to see each other again, seems kind of likely, doesn't it? So, I think getting a mental edge in this game is going to be huge, and I think Servite, because they played better against Mater Dei. Other than that, all other things being equal, there's a lot of equals here. That the way Servite handled things pretty well against Mater Dei, didn't get the W, but gosh darn, they looked pretty good. So, going the Friars to Servite, sir.
They did. I think they still have some things that they can work on. I think Bosco has things that they're going to work on. And I think both of these teams are going to look at the opportunity. Coach Negro's team, they want to finish those drives, play a better second half because they're gearing up for their postseason run. They want to correct that. Rayshawn Luke's hot. They're going to want to continue, getting him involved. I think Mater Dei, and then I think Servite has some things that they can do to maybe broaden their arsenal and give support because they're not as deep as as Bosco and Mater Dei as far as they got a couple key two-way players. So going to be a really great game to wrap up week 10. I'm looking forward to it. And
yes, sir.
But it doesn't help me here, Friar, because I think we agreed on all the games this week, and I am trailing you by 4 in the race for the tacos. So I am definitely I think I'll be owing you some tacos.
Tacos, baby. Tacos.
which is going to be a good thing. So,
Orange County Register front page Saturday. Tacos. A lot of candidates here for us to go to.
all right,
Number one, Lola Gas Bar, downtown Santa Ana.
let's do
You
it.
might be going there, Dan.
Yes, we can stop by that the bowl afterwards and maybe catch a little football or something.
Sounds fine to me, sir.
But and then the pairings come out on Sunday morning, 10 o'clock. So everyone should
Yes,
needs
sir.
to be, you follow us on OCVarsity, follow Steve Fryer and myself. But we've got a lot of football news coming to the readership this week, don't we?
Yeah, gee whiz, the games that we're covering and also what those brackets look like on Sunday is going to be interesting. Who's going to be Division 2, 3, 4? We could have some. We don't know right now, but there could be some Orange County teams that are going to be seeded that we don't think right now are going to be seeded 2, 3, or 4, or 1, or anything like that in some of these divisions, all the way down to Division 14.
Yes,
We're gonna have a lot of championship candidates out there. The teams that you and I probably aren't thinking about as being CIF champion pedigree, they may get there. The division may fall their way.
yes,
We got some really talented football teams here, especially when you look at the depth of the quarterbacks that we have. I don't know if other parts of the CIF 7 section have the quarterbacks that we have here in Orange County. It's amazing. Like, to do a top 10 quarterbacks thing, it's Bo
Tell me
Kelly,
about it.
Dana
Yeah.
Hill's leading the section, I think, in passing yards, and he may be like our 7th or something best quarterback. Nothing against Bo Kelly. You're slinging the ball like that, man.
Yes.
You're pretty darn good. But it's going to be nuts. And I'm interested to see if other schools out there in the section can match the fireworks of the offenses that Orange County football teams possess.
Yeah, we got some good depth this year, especially when you
Yes,
have
sir.
Irvine as example. One team I think that is low, in my opinion, on Cal Preps that I think is considerably lower, and I think Cal Preps overall is very solid.
Yeah, they're excellent.
They're excellent. But one team that I think probably the one team that I think they do have way too low is La Habra, which is going to be a free.
I knew you were going to say that. I was just looking at that. They play Troy this week. Right? They play Troy, and Troy's. This is the best Troy team that's been there in a handful of years. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So, but I still think La Habra's going to go 5-0 after going 0-5 in non-league, and we're getting emails, and I'm not getting those emails about La Habra lately. Do people forget my email address? I feel sad.
Yeah, the Highlander fans, I think, they got to stay encouraged, because what division they're going to be in, watch out, because they played a great schedule. We know how successful they have been over the years, but that's just an example. That's a very winning program. So,
yeah, Frank Pizzotta's got about 7 CIF titles already, or something crazy like that. Jeepers, Frank.
Yes,
take it easy there.
Yes, over 200 wins. They know what to do come CIF time, and they played a great non-league schedule. So, it's going to be a lot on the line this week, Fryer. So
I'm looking forward to Sunday, Danny. Looking forward to Sunday, buddy.
All right. So for Steve Fryer, I'm Dan Albano, and thanks again for tuning in to the OCVarsity Gridiron Show.